Do you have a tatty old toolbox in the corner of your workshop that's been sat there for years? Or maybe you've just bought your first toolbox off of Facebook Marketplace for that bargain price that you couldn't resist? Then this video is for you. In this episode of Budget Makeover, I'm going to show you how to make your toolbox look better than any high-end brand and how it can be personalised to you. Make sure to watch to the end to find out how long it took, how much it cost, and a few bonus tips. You might be surprised. This toolbox has been sat in and around my workshop for the past few years, and it's been inside the spray booth for some of it. So as you can hear, it is covered in overspray. Once you've emptied your toolbox, we're going to sand it down with a 500 grit sandpaper. If you don't have a DA sander like I've got here, you can do this by hand. You'll know it's sanded enough when all the texture goes, like on the left hand side here. Try and be careful of the edges because you'll break through to bare metal very easily. This drill attachment I have here is called a toffee wheel. By far the best way of getting any sort of sticky residue off. Now this is a red Scotch pad. We're just going to go over the whole toolbox with this. You want to make every surface you can dull. It's just really good for getting into any areas that you couldn't get into with the sander. I'm now just giving the toolbox a really good blow off with an airline and an air blower, just to make sure there's no dirt inside any of the drawers or anywhere that could come out when we start spraying. I'm now just using some solvent-based degreaser and a microfiber cloth just to give it a really good clean off to make sure there's no contaminants or oils on the toolbox itself for when we start spraying. This is a very important step. Make sure you're very thorough with this and get everywhere. Now we're all set up in the spray booth. I'm just getting the paint mixed up. In this case, we're using a lovely Porsche colour, ruby stone red. This is mixed 2-to-1 with hardener with about 20% thinners. Before spraying, I'm just giving the toolbox a good clean off with a tack cloth and the air from the spray gun, and then applying 2 coats of this ruby stone red. I left about 10 minutes in between each coat, and because this is a direct gloss, you don't need to apply any form of lacquer over the top. Now moving on to the door handles, I just quickly went over them with some red Scotch. I used a plastic primer sprayed some base coat, and now I'm spraying a satin lacquer over the top. As I started putting the silver handles back on, I thought it would look really tacky, so I took them straight back off, back into the booth, and I sprayed them black with a textured plastic rattle can, and I think you'll agree it looks so much better. So here we have it. What do you think? This is the final result. Would you do this to your toolbox? In total, this ended up costing me about £30 in materials and about 3 hours of work. A bonus tip to help you out: always use a 2K direct gloss rather than a base coat and clear coat. It will make your life so much easier. Like what I did in this video, it hides a lot and it's so much easier to spray. It also tends to end up being cheaper on materials, so it keeps the cost down. Let me know in the comments, would you spray your toolbox like this? If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on any of my free step-by-step content. See you in the next one.